Okay, I'm going to get straight to the point first, which is that I'm probably going to take a break from videos for a while. Um, I mean, something like hits me over the head and just I happen to be at the right place at the right time, I might, but I'm not going to try. I feel like I'm at a point where like there's really not an audience for some of the really gnarliest stuff. Um, Maybe that's just being cowardly, but also like the possibility of being seen um, alters the apparent reality, like the observer paradox. It's like when somebody's looking, things change. And I feel like I need to go deeply, uncomfortably inward for a while. There's some layers that are trying to express lately. Deep restlessness, deep self-hatred, deep hatred of the universe. And I'm kind of on my own with that. Like at the end of the day, when it's our own process, I mean, within our own process, you can get help here and there, but there are points where it's lonely. It's just you and God knows if there's a God, if anybody, if there's knowing. It's does that kind of stuff. Um, I did make two videos in the past couple days, but both of them kind of fell flat and didn't end up being usable in my opinion. Um, One was about spiritual sovereignty, like the kind of amazingness, I guess, that we apparently have these compasses, like a migrating monarch butterfly, that we try to follow so blindly, so unknowingly of what we're actually doing. And and you have this compass, and like sometimes you get stuck, and you sort of like um, maybe you just keep going east when I mean the compass points north, and that's where you're trying to get, but it's stuck on east, or you're stuck on thinking like, oh, the arrow's supposed to point to the right. That's how spirituality is. So then you look at your compass, arrow points to the right, you go um, east, 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 east. And you just keep circling north. You keep circling the North Pole. Keep circling, circling. It's almost better if it's stuck on south, and you just like get all the way to the South Pole. Ah, I'm here. Oh shit, this isn't it. At least at least there's a point to get to, and it's not the right one. Then you gird your loins and don't even know what's at north, or if that's really where you're supposed to go. That's where the compass seems to point once you're using it correctly, apparently. And then you have to bang on it a few times sometimes, like, oh, okay, got stuck. All right. I don't know. I mean, the point is, there's something in us that seems to know where to go, but that's a little bit of a pretension, maybe, because I think I'm going in the right direction. It feels like the right direction. It feels like The air is getting cooler, more rarefied, but it's terrifying. Like Shackleton, going to the South Pole or whatever he did. Um, don't know what you're gonna find there. Don't know what the point is. If there even is a point. But it is fascinating to watch. The wisest people seem to be pointing in the same direction, and then when your path seems to be aligning with the people who seem to be the wisest people, for real and not just in a shallow way, hopefully. I don't know. Um, the other video was it's called Everything's Gone. And that's kind of the terror of being in the present moment because it feels like every single other thing, every single other possibility, not here, doesn't exist. It just seems to preclude any kind of nostalgia or any kind of improvement. I was cleaning the house the other day and I found a little note that my son's little friend wrote when they were at a certain point in their learning to read journey. And even that a few months ago, that's gone. They're reading totally different now. They wouldn't write the same note now. And it's like I couldn't bear to throw the little note away. Um, because it's like throwing away that time, but that time's already thrown away. It's already gone. And I'm not trying to say it's the same thing, but um, when I hear about people mourning like a very young child that died, it comes to mind sometimes, well, baby Ollie and baby Isla are gone forever. There's new kids that took their place, has their name, but it's not. I mean, maybe there's an apparent continuity of consciousness for them and for me, but who they were at every stage, other than right now, is completely gone, lost in the wind. And you can see right now I'm surrounded by artwork that we lived in this house for 4 years and I haven't hung this stuff up yet. I'm just kind of right now finally pulling them out and experimenting with them. And it's painful because it kind of exposes um, my problem with transience and my problem with non-transience. Um, the problem with non-transience is like once you sort of have it all on the walls, it's like, oh shit, we really live here. We're kind of stuck here. Putting down roots, putting down. I mean, just I don't know, admitting we're really here. I know that sounds crazy, but humans be crazy. Um, should speak for myself, but impermanence too is is at play because I know that someday we're going to die or we're going to move, and then somebody's going to take these pictures back off the wall, or they're going to burn up, or they're going to be put in the trash. They're going to be auctioned off. Who knows? I can tell sad stories about people I know who have died, who were so disconnected from life that as soon as they were gone, there was just kind of a like, a relief and taking of anything with value and dumping of anything else. And that kind of fate haunts me as well. But it also haunts me to think of being somebody super beloved who leaves a bunch of people devastated. It's just, that's kind of what's really gnawing at me lately. Or kind of, I'm acknowledging the gnawing, that no to life, no to death, no to the universe, no to no universe, that clenched fist. Hatred, anger, helplessness. And sometimes I wonder, like, I see people who are all kind of like, oh, I got through it, love and light, it's all good, whatever. I'm like, man, is it this hard for everybody? Did they just didn't publicize this part? But I can't seem to bypass. There seems to be something in me, some part of my compass that is like, no, you got to go through this love directly through the places you don't want to go, the places you don't want to see. And it's like, haven't I been doing that for 3 years? But whatever's being dished up now is whatever's being dished up now. Can't really argue with it. So yeah, I'm going to try to minimize media for the next 10 days or so. Just kind of be in the present, be in my home, be in my body, be with my kids, be with my husband, be with my garden. It needs some work for sure. There's such a resistance to that. It's like, it's almost like when I go on retreat, that's like a little egg, a little encapsulation of like, okay, it's fine in that little context to really be present. And then that's done. And then you're back to actual life. And so being really present in actual life is something my body apparently has a lot of resistance around. And there's a feeling that like just there's nowhere else to go. There's no retreat that's gonna do that. There's no drug. There's nothing external. No teacher, no guide. Got to exercise that spiritual sovereignty and face really deep and ongoing and pervasive things, aspects of my conditioning that really don't want to be rooted out and also 100% desperate to be rooted out. Here and now in the household, in the everyday. I don't know if it's harder or easier for others or if others fool themselves. I guess it doesn't matter. This is where my compass is apparently pointing at the moment. Whether it's stuck or not, I don't know. Just keep tracking. Keep banging the compass every now and then. Sniff the air. like an amoeba, you know, trying to gloomp its way toward sustenance of some kind. Yep. Wish y'all luck.